Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph or Niramas, and I'm here today with Dracos over there. It's a bit weird here because we're doing something new. We're trying out a new angle where I have the camera up there, and we're just trying this out to see how if I feel comfortable with it. If you guys like it, tell me in the comment section after you watch the video. How did you feel about it? Do you want me to go back to my normal moving the camera around, or should we stay with this static cam? The benefit of this is of course that you get a view like from my eyes basically overhead. The downside of having it moving around is that it's on the side here. It's hard for me to figure that out. We are going to play Dice Settlers anyhow, and I can show you the box like this. And yeah, Draco's here as well, of course. Hello. But he's holding the box as usual. So you'll just see a little bit of Draco for a change. Well, there you see the nose, and yeah. And so let's get started. Now I'm going to play a solo playthrough. So this is official solo mode that comes with the game. And you can play this on different difficulty levels. I'll be playing on the normal one. There's an easy and a hard as well. If you haven't seen this game before, I will explain a few things, but I sort of will explain them as we go to just not sit here and talk too much, just start getting into the game and start playing instead. So, this game, of course, as you might figure out, is a dice game. There's a bunch of dice over there. We have some victory points, we have some sort of houses and tents. These little cubes are called tents, where the settlers are going to settle down out here on the map that will build up as we keep playing. We also have a bunch of resources over here that we can gather, and we can trade them for points, and we can also use them to pay for some inventions over here that we want to research and develop so that we get different benefits. The bot here has his own dice. He has his own little action wheel that will determine what he does. He has his own markers he will try to explore as well. We might get into some fights with him and so on. And yeah, let's get started. I am the first player for the first round. So starting out here with my little tents here. This marker here indicates that I will draw 3 dice from my bag. Normally you start with 5 dice, but I started on this tile. You get to draw off that in the beginning. So that means that I started with some wood, as we can see here. And I also started with an extra green die. And on the player board is really nice because on here you have all the faces, all the play rate you could need, and you also have all the dice faces here, so you know what every die sort of can be rolled into. So anyhow, first we do the roll phase, and I'll draw 3 dice here. And let's see, I got some, 2 greens. So I got some wood, a campfire, which is settle action, and a hat, which is sort of the settlers, indicating a settler that can be used for different things. And in the roll phase now, I have some options. I could give up a resource, the wood there, to be able to draw 2 more dice from my bag. The other usage I could have for it is to trade it in as an action later on to get a piece of wood. The thing though is that you only get 2 actions per round, so yeah. I think I will trade this in. I put it down here on my sort of spent dice area. It's supposed to be down here. I'll just put them on the actual board. That means I get to draw 2 more. And in this game, it's a bag building game, but you're actually allowed to look in your bag, which is a bit unusual. But it's good. You don't need to remember stuff. Okay, so I roll my yellow and another one here. And now I actually have 2 of these fires. So that means that I could do a double settle action. It's still 1 action, but I get to settle twice. I get to put out guys on the map, sort of, or on the terrain. I also have 2 hats, which could be a wild card, so that could be any action. Or I could use one of them right now in the roll phase to either re-roll 3 other dice or to set any die to the phase that I wanted it. But I think I'll stick with this, because this means I could do one of anything and then another action, which will be a double settle. So that was my rolling. Now we go over to the I was gonna say the automa, but the bot, as it's called, and we roll his dice. And he goes around this little circle here. So the fire goes there to the fire. This is a recruit. And then the hats, they go sort of clockwise to the nearest empty space, or to the space that has the least amount of dice. If there's a tie, which there were 3 spaces that didn't have any die, then they will go to the first one and then the second there. So that was his action, sort of rolling action, and he got to draw. He had 5 dice, but he only get to use 4 of them, because if he has 5 to 8 dice, he gets to use 4. And he has like a queue here, so this is the start of the queue now. And then as he uses dice, they will come into the back of the queue. You'll see that as we keep going. So let's do the action phase. So now in the action phase, I have to do an action. I can't pass. Well, I can't pass, but then if I don't have any action to do. But I have actions to do, and I can do 2 in total. So let's start with the first one. And I think the first one will be, I will take these hats as a wild card, put them down here now they are spent, and I will use them to do an explore action. When you do an explore action, you take a tile. Well, in this case, if you have a level 1 power explore. If I had 2, like this is the explore symbol. So if I had like this, 2 of those, then I would have a level 2 explore action. Anyhow, since I had a 1, I'll just take 1 tile from the top here, and we'll see. Okay, so it's a forest. That's kind of sad because I'm already in the forest. I wanted to find some other kind of terrain. It has some information here. This tells us that whoever has the majority on this tile, or in control on the tile, at the end of the game will get 6 points, and the second place will get 2. Also, this is a factory, which means that I can remove tents, I can remove a population from this tile later on to get wood, because they were in the forest, they were chopping wood. Now I have to place this next to where I'm already at, and it has to also be next to 2 tiles, so I can't do like this. I would like that otherwise, because I want to keep it away from the bot, but I'll have to place it something like this. Okay, now that I place it, I get to take 1 guy. This is the general supply where we have our tents and our houses. And we also have our personal supply, and this is much more valuable to have them down there. But I get to take 1 from here and put it on the tile. And now the other player, works the same in a multiplayer game, but now the other player or players in a multiplayer game gets to also sort of settle down on that tile if they are adjacent to start with, which he is. So the bot always does that, so he comes in here. And now if I want to, I could take 1, and he has to take it from his personal supplies when he sort of piggybacks on me. If I want to now, I am allowed to take 1 from my personal supply and put here, just to sort of keep the dominance, keep the majority wise here. And I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So that was my action. Now I could also, as a free action, I could now, because there's a factory here, I could remove 1 tent back here, and I would put a little marker to indicate that I've done it this turn, and then I would get 1 wood. So that's an option as well, but I'm not going to do that right now. I might do that later to just generate wood, right? So that was my action. Now it's time for the bot, and he does his actions based on a die roll. But it works really nicely. I'll show you how it works. So he has a 2, and with the 2, he has this little arrow here that started on the top, and it's going to go 1, 2 spaces, and he's going to do this action, which is, this is a hat, but we ignore that because we look at the place that it's in. He's going to do a research action of level 1 because he used 1 die. And when he does a research action, we go and take a look at the cards over here. They all have sort of special abilities and so on. Like the first one here, if you invested in this, then you get to raise your dice quota by 1, which means you will draw an extra die. Now, the bot doesn't care for the special abilities. The only thing he cares for is points, because the stars here are points as well, so you can get points from investing in these, or researching the developments, basically. And they have thematic connections like stability and scouts will let you explore more. And large coaches will let you have the settlers can settle down easily, or foresty, the settles can also be recruitment, and so on. The first ones here requires, the top here requires only 1 exploration token. Down here is 2, 2, 2, 4, and 3. And the cards are different, so there's a bunch of cards. There's a lot of variation in this game. This is a sort of beginner setup I have here. the cards are different. So like these two that have this back, they are sort of the end game goals. These ones are sort of out on the path to, you know, developing an industry and so on. This is a starter card. This is when we first come to the new land and start discovering stuff. And then in here we have like the hunter. We sort of learn about the lands. So each of these sets sort of have a bunch of cards, and then you can play this with like shuffling them up and just randomly and so on. But anyhow, the bot is going to do an explore level 1. And he's going to go for the thing that gives him the highest amount of points. Now this here gives him 2, and this requires though that he has to be in both forest and in mountain, which he actually is. So yeah, that's a given. He's gonna go over here. Well, he's gonna place this little marker over here to indicate that he has invested in that. These markers have like a X on the other side, so some of these cards, none of them that are out now, but some other cards have like an action you can do. So basically, if you have your action there, you flip it over to indicate that you already done it this round. And that will give him 2 points plus an extra. He always gets an extra point for every development he has invested in or researched. So that was his action. Now back to me, my second action. And I will do a double level 2 or a power 2 settle, which means I have some few options here. I could put out 2 cubes. I could take 2 cubes, or tens as they're called, and add them to my personal supply from the general supply. Or I could remove cubes from the board if I wanted that for some reason. So, or I could do a combination. I could take 1 from here and then put 1 out. But I think I'm just gonna put out 2 right away. The way I'm gonna do this is I'm going to put them both here. And the reason that I'm doing that is because there is another free action. Whenever you have 3 more tents than any opponent on the tile, you can remove them as a free action. They go to the general supply and you get to build a house. You can do this once per round. So that's nice. And having a house here means that I have locked this tile in. I have the first place for majority. Even if this guy goes away and he puts in a lot of guys here, it doesn't matter. I still have the first place here. So I will get a definite 6 points here, which is nice. And this guy I can now also remove as another free action. You can do sort of, you can do build a house once per round, and you can use every factory once per round. So I'll remove this. It goes back to my personal supply, and that will, I should mark it like this as well. And that means I get 1 wood, because I don't need him there now. Now I already have the majority. I don't need that guy in there anymore, the tent, as they're called. So that was my action. And putting out the houses, we have 5 each. If anybody puts out 5, that triggers the end game. If the tiles for the exploration runs out, that triggers the end game. If all the dice except for 2 colors are taken, then that triggers the end game. So there's a few different ways that can happen. So let's see. That was my action. Now it's time once again for the bot. So he will roll. It's a 2. So he moves 1, 2. And he doesn't stop on the empty spaces. So he moved from here. He moves 1, 2. If there were 2 dice here, that would be 1, 2. He would stop down here. But now he went over here. He's also gonna settle with a level 1. And when he settles, he's looking to get into terrain that he's not already in, but he's already in all the terrain types that are out there. So the second thing he wants to go for is to sort of, mess with me basically, balance it out. So he will go over here. So now this tile doesn't give any points, but if it did, we now have shared majority because we're both on one tent, not 2 fingers. So that was the first round. Now we do the cleanup, which is basically just taking this back to indicate that, I haven't done that in the next round. And also we will move this, so he will become the first player in the second round, and then we are ready to get started. So we are ready for the second round, and now I am still the first one to do the roll phase. You always do that first, and then the bot does it. But he will be the first to do the actions in the action phase. Okay, so now I will draw 3 dice. I will start here with my bag. I have 1. Then, since I don't have any more to draw, now I put in the 5 that I have already spent earlier in my bag. I shake it up and I draw 2 more. And that's the only time that the dice go back into the bag. So yeah, otherwise you could create infinite loops with just drawing resources or spending them to just draw 2 more all the time. So now we'll roll these. Oh, 2 wood, so I have a lot of wood now. Too much wood, to be honest. And I have, yeah, I'm gonna spend 1 to draw 2 more dice. I could go for a strategy of just having a lot of wood and just trading it in for points. Okay, so that's good. 2 settles. I would like to get more explore though. Should I draw my last? I have 1 more. And it's white. I can check, but I already know it's white because I started with 3 whites. So I don't think I would do anything with that right now. I think instead what I will do is I will use this to set the die phase to anything of my choosing. So I will take, I will do a explorer there. Okay, and then we go to the bot, and he has, well, he gets to draw 4. He has 1 to 4, so he gets to draw as many as he has. So 3 in this case, and that's a fire, so that goes there. Settle. Explore goes next to his gold here. Started with having some gold out here. I'll explain that later on. Then this settler, the hat, will go to the next empty space, which is the research. So that was it. Now he will do his first action. And it's a 2, so he will go 1, 2. And now he will do a research. This gold will just go away, so he will just lose it. It's just there to just make it so there's just more spaces to land on. And also he can get resources in here. I'll explain that when that happens. So now he will do an explore level 1. He will always do a level 1, but if he had 2 explore action symbols on dice here, then he would do 1 and get a point. So he's doing 1. He's taking this. And it's some fields. 3 points to whoever is in the first place. In the end here, 1 point to the other one. And this one is sad that he got it, because this means that you instantly get to do another action. I would have loved to have that. He doesn't even care about these, the things on the tiles really, except for the points. And he will place this in such a way that he's sort of as far away from me as possible. There's no place he can place it now that he can stop me from being next to it, so I guess he'll just place it here. And he gets to place 1 of his tents there from the general supply. And since I'm next to here, I get to jump in as well if I want to. I think I do want to, because I want to be on more fields. And he will always respond by putting in another tent so that he gets majority still. Or single majority. Okay, so that was his action. Now it's time for my action. I will do an explore as well. So I'll draw a tile. And it's another mountain, but this is really worth, it's 8 points to the majority holder and 4 to the second place. And this is another factory where you can remove your tent to get some steel. And I can't place it in such a way that he is not going to benefit from it, sadly. Let's move this down a little bit. You don't need to see all of that. So I think I'll just put it here. I get to place a tent from the supply. He will jump in with his from the personal supply, and then I will jump in from the personal supply to remain in majority. And I might give up one of these guys later on if I need some steel as well. So that was my action. Now it is time for the bot again. So let's see what he rolls, and it's a 1. So he will go over here. He will do another research for level 1. And let's see. Highest point, right? Like this one, also this card, the scouts, require that you are on fields, which he is now. And the other one requires that he is on forest, which is also at. So now I will actually have to check in the rulebook there's like tiebreakers for everything. So he will go, let's see. If he does a research, if tied, the topmost, leftmost. Okay, that he hasn't already taken. You can't remember all that stuff, so I have to check sometimes. So, but it's really easy to find. And so the topmost, leftmost is this one that gives him 1 point, because they both gave 1 point. So So he did that, which actually gives him 2 points because he gets an extra for every thingy he has there. So it's my turn again. And now I think I will, I will spend this settle to do a 1 settle. And you know what? I'm gonna settle. When you settle, you have to go on the tile that you're already on or adjacent. So I'm gonna go up here in the mountains. And that means that we have a tie for majority, so we both get the benefit. And the benefit here is majority means you increase your dice quota by 1. So I will increase to 4 here, which is nice because then I get to draw 4 dice in the next round. He will draw depending on this thingy here, but also he has a maximum of my dice quota plus 1, so he cannot draw more than 5 right now. Okay, so that was good. Now let's see. The round is over, and now I get to store. You can store 1 die for the next round, so I'm going to store my wood there. And we do cleanup. There's no cleanup to be done. I will be the first player in the next one. I will get to draw 4 dice. This doesn't count for that, so I get to draw 4 dice. So 1 from the bag, put everything in, shake it up, and then draw 3 more. So let's see, roll all these. Oh, nice, I wanted that. A double explore. And some trade, which might be nice, and a pumpkin. And if I do a harvest action, I will actually take all my resources. This will be 1 action to get a pumpkin and a wood. So I guess I'll do that. And then I'll do an explore as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So let's see, he will take his 2 dice here. And that's 2 hats. So they go, well, 1 goes in there. And we keep going around until there. Okay. And we still haven't recruited any new dice. We will do that later on so we get more dice to use. But now I'm the first player to act in the action phase. And so I will start off. I might as well start off with a... Now there's an issue actually. I don't have any guys in any tents in my personal supply. So when I explore and I put it like here, I will get 1 tent from the supply, but he will move in and then I can't move in again from my personal supply. Okay, I'll just use these 2. And now I get to draw 2 tiles. So this is a bit more interesting. Oh, they are both the same type though. So this has 6 points for number 1 and 0 for number 2. 4 and 1, and this is a factory that you can get gold from. And gold is a wild card. Wow. Yeah, I kind of want that one. The one that I've not chosen, it goes out of the game. Because that's a timer, right, for ending the game. So this I will have to place, and... I'll just place it over here. It doesn't matter. He will be adjacent no matter what. I get 1/10 from the supply, and he will tag along with his... But he only had 1 in his personal supply, so now he's... also kind of limited. I need to do a settle action now to get guys from there into the personal supply. I keep saying guys, but it's tents where people live, obviously. So that was my explore action. I'm pretty happy with that. I have a way to generate gold now, which is nice. Okay, so he will do his first action. So let's roll, and it's a 4. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will do a recruit action. And when he's recruiting, he has a level 1, which means that he will get 1 new die. And he will take a die that he doesn't have already. But to take a die, or to recruit a new die, you have to be on that kind of terrain, the same color matching. Let's see, so he doesn't have a gray, he doesn't have a yellow, he doesn't have a brown. Wow, now I gotta check again, but that's how I'm learning, and let's see. So, first he goes for the that he doesn't have. And then he goes for, oh yeah, okay, I remember now. He goes for the die kind, the color that there's fewest of. In this case, there's the same number of gray, brown, and yellow. And that means I get to choose, the player gets to choose. So what do I want to give him? I don't want to give him a gray, because that has the raid, the attack symbol on it. I think I'll just give him a yellow. Yeah, okay. No, he already has a yellow, sorry. Oh, so it's gray or brown. Yeah. I'll give him a brown then. Okay. So, then it's time for me. I will just cash these in for a pumpkin and a piece of wood. And if I would do this now, I can't do a third action. But if I next round, if I save this die in the next round, I do a trade action, then I can trade in resources, and the resources have a value. So like if I have 3 of the same kind, then I can trade that for 6 points. If I have like, what is it, 3 of anything, then I can trade it for 5 points. And then it goes down. Let's see. If I have 2 resources, then I get 2 points, and I can also trade away a die. If I want to thin out my white dice or so on, I can trade away a die to get 3 points as well. So you can thin out your bag, sort of. Okay, but the dice, every 2 dice give 3 points at the end of the game, so you want to be careful with that, I guess. So I did that, I got some resources. Now it is the bot again, and he gets a 2, so he moves a 1, 2, and now he will fight. Wow. Okay, yeah, he can fight even though he doesn't have the gray die, because the hat is sort of, yeah, it could be anything for him. So he will fight. The thing is though, he doesn't have any tents in his personal supply. If he had, he would replace me somewhere. I would remove mine, it would go back home, and he would put in one of his own. But since he can't do that, he doesn't have any tents. Instead, he will get a point. Sort of, you know, yeah, he will get something. But it's good for me because I didn't lose anyone. And then the round is over. This will be saved. There's no cleanup to do. He will be the first player next time. And we start rolling again. I will roll 4. I have 1 here in the bag. Then I will put everything in, and I will draw 3 more. Okay, so I got some exploration and some settle. Ooh, I want to do both of those, but I kind of want to do the trade as well. I have to consider that. And there's no way for me to get more dice. Like, I can't spend the resource to draw more dice. I have to spend a die with the resource face on it. Then it's time for the bot. He gets an research, and he gets an explore. And now he got a piece of wood here. And this die is then put back in his cube, and he gets a piece of wood. And since he doesn't have anything already in his sort of storage, it goes right there. Because he needs, just as the player, he also needs to pay some of these developments, like stability. It requires you pay a wood. So he can't do that unless he has the resource here. Also, if he does a trade action, he will trade resources from here for 2 points each. For him, it doesn't matter which type of resource it is. But now it's sort of full in here. So if he would generate more resources, it will go on the outside. This is a bit tricky to understand at first when I read the rulebook, but if he would have generated like a lumber and a pumpkin right now, then both have gone in here. But since you've just generated a wood, it goes in there, and then if he generates a pumpkin next round, it will go on the outside. But if he's all filled up on the outside and he then generates a new type of good, then that will go in the middle. It's a bit tricky to get into. I had to like read up a bit on Board Game Geek to understand how it worked really. Okay, so he did his action, and now it's time for us. And yeah, I guess we'll just do a double explore. And let's see. Oh, so here's a new type of landscape, the desert. And this is nice. If I choose this one, I get a die of my choice. Wow. But here, if I choose this one, then I have majority here. I will get to up my quota of drawing dice. And regardless of which I choose, he will not follow because he doesn't have anyone in his personal supply. So that's really nice. I think I'll go with the desert. It also has 4 points for the first place and 0 for second place. So it's good. It's a good place to be. And I'll just place it right here. And let's see. I now get to, well, first 1/10 from the supply. And then I get a die of my choice. But it has to be on from the same terrain that I'm already on. The same color. But I'm everywhere now. Well, I think I will take an orange die, which matches the desert, because this one has gold on it. And gold is nice as it's a wild card. And that goes to my spent dice, so I will get that later. Then it is the bot again, and he gets a 2, so he moves 1, 2, and he will do some settling with 1. And now, since he doesn't have, this is a bit cheating, but that's how it goes. He doesn't have any guys, right, to put out on the map or any tents. And since he doesn't have that, and it's a 1 strength, he will take 3 tents from the general supply instead, and add to his personal supply. And not only that, he will get 3. I would have gotten 1, but he gets 3, and then he will also place one of them as well. So he sort of gets like double effect of that action. But hey, I don't know. It's balanced somehow, of course. Let's see, when he wants to place. He wants to place somewhere where he doesn't already have that terrain type, which would be down here. So he's coming. Then it's my turn, and I think I will settle as well. Or will I? Yeah, I think I will. So I'll take these 2. I want to generate gold up here. So I think I will take 1 here. That's 1 action. And then I will put it out here. And then I will remove it as a free action to generate some gold. So that's nice. Okay, and I will save this, but yeah, he started, so that was it. So, no cleanup to do. I will be the first player. I draw 4 dice, so I have 1 here. Okay. Well, it wasn't really what I wanted, right? I keep getting these. I could recruit, which would be nice. I wanted some resource so I could draw more dice, because I still have 2 here in the bag. So I will probably trade, and I want to trade and recruit. The problem is then I have 3 dice that I'm not using. I could save 1 of them. Well, there's nothing I can do. I can't manipulate the dice right now. The bot will roll his 2, and now he got some steel. And now, as I said earlier, it doesn't go into his, this already full sort of here, so now it goes to the next empty slot, which will be there. And if he moves there later on, it will just be removed. So if he can sort of avoid landing on it and keep going and building up, then and he can build up the whole circle, then he will keep adding here. Well, you'll see how that works. When he trades, this will be removed and so on. So it's back to my turn, or it is my... What did I do my first? No, he just rolled. Sorry. Yeah, and he got that. Okay, I'm confused. Now it's my turn. And I'm going to start off by... it doesn't matter. I'll just trade. I'll trade in all my wood. So 3 of the same kind for 6 points. And the number of points that are out there are determined by the number of players. So more players, more points, because that's a way to trigger endgame as well. So 6 points. That was nice. Now it is his turn. Sorry. And a 4... So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, I counted this 1, 2. 2 spaces there. You don't just skip over. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will do another research action. On level 1. And let's see. Most points on level 1. Well, it's this one. It's 1 point. So he gets that. The forestry. He doesn't care about the special effects. I should get one of these because they are really good. But yeah, it hasn't worked out for me yet. I haven't really rolled that. Then it's my turn, and now I'm going to recruit. And as I recruit, I will spend this. Since it's a 1, I will get 1 die. If I had 3 of these, I would get 2 dice. And if I had 6, I would get 3 dice, which can actually happen later on. So what do I want? The gray... No, I think I will keep chasing the gold. And the orange also has a bunch of trading and even some fighting. So I'll take another orange. And that was my action. Now it is his turn. He gets a 4. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now for the first time he landed here where there's 2 dice. Now he will do a level 2 explore action. But as I mentioned earlier, he only does a level 1. And then he gets an extra point instead. So he takes the tile. And once again, this is one that will give you an extra action. So I would have loved that because, yeah, I have a lot of dice. He keeps getting those. He can't place it so that I can't access it. But so he doesn't want to place it next to where I have two guys. He wants to place it far away from me as possible. So I'll just put it up here. He gets 1/10 from the supply and I can follow, but I don't have anyone in my personal supply, so I can't follow along. Which I don't think I wanted anyway. It's not really a good tile. It's only 3 points for the winner there. Okay, so that was his action. Now we are done. I will save my explore die, I think. So I will put these in the spent. He will be the first player going into the next round. And I'll draw 4 dice. And I got both my orange dice, 1 gold and a fighting. Wow, but this isn't good. I have so many different. I can only do 2 actions, right? I'm going to spend this wood to draw 2 more dice. I hope to get some hats so that I can... Oh, there's a hat, so I can do some re-rolling perhaps. So, well, I do want to cash in the gold, but I would like to have... I don't want to... I can't be fighting because I don't have any people to be fighting with. I think I'll... Yeah, I'll put in this one to do a re-roll. I can re-roll up to 3 dice. I'll take these and that. Okay, so let's hope I get something else here. Well, I did get something else, but not really what I wanted. So now I'll spend this one to set 1 die to any face I want. I'll just set this to gold. So now I have a double gold there to cash in. And I'll probably just do an explore as well. So we'll see. The bot has 4 dice now. So he gets some resources actually, but he gets some explore. And the hat goes there. And then he gets a pumpkin and a gold. And since they can't go in the middle, and they will keep going here. And now there's something sort of everywhere. So then it will just go to the next. Everything has 1, so it goes to the next, which is there over there. So if he lands here, he will not get the pumpkin or the gold. He will just fill up. But it could be that he fills up so that he has the circle full. We'll see. He's the first to act, so he will roll. And it's a 2. So 1, 2, because the pumpkin counts. And now the pumpkin goes away. And he will do a level 1 research once again. And let's see. Well, the only thing he can do now is stability. He doesn't give any points. Well, he gives him 1 point for just being there. And he has to spend his wood to do it. So he'll pay his wood to go in here. And that's interesting because now, if he gets another level 1, he will just get a point instead. So that's not good. He will just keep generating points. And also, now his space here is open. So now he can start putting more stuff in there later on. And he can trade those away for a lot of points as well. So it's my turn. I will just cash in 2 gold. Thank you very much. Really nice. And now I sort of want to do a trade soon. But I can also use the gold to pay for, as wildcards, to pay for these things over here. I would like to get one of these endgame golds, but that takes 4 or 3 research. I haven't even gotten 1 yet. Okay, that was my action. Now at his second action, it's a 3. So he goes 1, 2, 3, and he will settle for 1. So let's see, where does he want to go? He's already all over the place. Then he will go for the highest points place where he can sort of balance it out and try to get majority. So he will go in here. So now it's 2, 2. So we sort of share 8 points. We both get 8 points if that will be the end game there. I will make sure that doesn't happen. And then I will do my action of exploring for 1. So let's see what we get. It's a... Oh, here's another action thing. It comes at a bad time for me. Because I only have 1 settle there. Oh, I'll just put it here. I get a tent there from the supply. He will move in as well. And yeah, I don't have anyone else to just balance that out. But now I get an extra action, which will be to do a 1 settle, which will be to take 1 tent from the supply. Not really that good. If I had, I mean, imagine like last round I had 2 dice at least I could have used as an extra action. But that's how it goes. So it's time for the cleanup. The there's basically never any cleanup to do unless you start using these factories and such. So that's done, and let's see, I will draw 4 dice. And a lot of exploring to do, some trade, which is nice. And I'll spend this wood to draw 2 more dice. Oh, now I gotta research. Oh, I want to do that. So I'll spend this wood to draw even 2 more. That's my last 2. And I got to... Oh, so now I have a level 3 explore. So I get to draw 3 tiles and choose 1. That's nice. And I could do some trade or research. I think I have to do research. I think I need to get into that. Yeah, I do. Okay. So let's see what the bot gets. And he gets... Wow, he gets 2 settles and 2 pumpkins, which will actually give him 2 pumpkins now that he can put in his storage to trade away. So that wasn't good. And I'm the first to act. I think I will just start off by exploring for 3. So I know a bit what I have to work with here. So 3 tiles, I have some forest, 7 points and 3. This is a factory, 5-2, and you can get pumpkins, and this is a 6-3. I think I'll take the... He doesn't have anyone in his personal supply, so he can't follow. So I'll take a 7-3 then. That's good. And I'll put it here. Get 1/10 from the supply. He can't follow, so I'm in the lead there for 7 points. That would be nice if it ends like that. We'll see. He will probably settle and so on. So that was my action. That was his action. He has a 2. So 1, 2. He will do an explore for 1. And we probably will end the game by exploring because there's not that many tiles left. And he had this factory is nice. He got a factory here that you can get more tents in from the general supply. And it's 5 points to whoever is in the lead. Let's see, he can't place this in such a way that I'm not there, but he'll place it over here. That's sort of furthest away from me that he can get. And he gets to put 1 from the supply there. So it's my action, and now the question is, should I trade or should I do research? I think I need to do some research, to be honest. I think I do. And what I would really like, because I am in forest, I have level 1 research, I can get this forestry. This means that my these fires, these settles that I keep getting, they can be used as recruits instead. So I could recruit a bunch of dice here in the late game. And then, let's see, I started, so he has a second action, and that's a 2, and he goes 1, 2, and he will trade. Oh no, that was the thing I was afraid of. So now we were trading both of his pumpkins for 2 points each. Wow. So he's doing really good. Well, I'm still in the lead on points. We have the same amount, but yeah, anyhow. Now the round is over. I will save 1. I will save the trade, I think, because I would like to fight him, but it's... Ooh. Maybe I should try to fight him. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fight him. I'm gonna save that one. Okay, so he will be the first player, and let's see, I don't have anything in my bag now, so we'll just put everything in there. Okay, so some resources, that's not bad. I could do a resource action and get 3 things, and then I could recruit as well. I guess I can't turn that down. That's so much. That's so many resources. I'm tempted to spend one of those to draw more dice. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so I'll spend the wood to draw 2 more. And let's see. And I got an explore. And yeah, this is kind of what I wanted, because now I think... Oh wait, I don't have enough people. I need to get more tents. So I'll spend the pumpkin. I'm just, yeah, to get my last die. And that's another explore. That's not what I was... Oh, I wanted to like I could turn this into, I could use this to turn this into a raid, and then I could do a double raid, but I only have one guy, so it's no point in doing that. Oh, wow, this is tricky. I'm not doing that well in this playthrough, to be honest. Do I want to re-roll? Yeah, I might. Because I don't really want to explore. I mean, it's going to end the game if I just keep exploring. And yeah, I need to build houses and so on. I think I'll spend this to do a re-roll of these three. And that didn't really help anything. Oh, and now I can't spend the wood because my bag is empty, so I can't draw any more dice from there. So I just have to stop, which, yeah, I don't know. And then it is the bot. And he gets double explore, some wood, and some research. And the wood goes to his storage because it's empty. And he's the first to act. And he has a 1, so he will do a double settle. And since he doesn't have any tents, because it's a double, he will get 5 tents. Wow, that's so rough for me, because now all of a sudden he can really start fighting or following along when I place tiles and all that. So it's my turn. Do I want to fight a little bit at least? I might do that. I could fight him. I mean, this is 8 points, so maybe I should try to. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'm gonna fight here, and he gets his tent back to his personal supply, and I put in another one. So now I'm 3-1. If I can get 4-1 there, yeah, I can, because I can settle later on. Then I can build a house there and secure those 8 points. That would be nice. Okay, so it's his turn again, and he gets a 3. So he goes 1, 2, 3. He will do a double explore, but he doesn't do doubles, so he gets a point. So let's just do this. And then he also does 1 explore, and he has, oh, this is good that he got this one because it's only 1 point. And now he can actually place it in such a way that I'm not connected to it. So he will place it down over there, get 1 over there. Yes, wow, he doesn't have that many tents left because, yeah, that's interesting. He hasn't built any houses either, so he's just exploring. So it's back to me, and I'll do this. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do no, I can't. I don't have anyone. Oh, I don't have anyone. Should I trade him for resources instead? I think it makes sense. I'll trade in these. I get a gold and a lumber. So I have a bunch of gold, but I'm not really using them for anything. And he started, so that's it. What do I want to save? I think I will actually save this, yeah. Because this can be used as a recruit as well, because I have the forestry development now. So that goes away. I'm going to be the first player, and I have no dice, so I'll have to put all them in here and draw 4. Well, I don't know. I would definitely I'll spend the wood to draw 2 more dice. Oh, a double fight. If I only had the people to do it now. Can I get it somehow? Yeah, I'll spend the pumpkin to draw more. I only have 1 left, but... Oh, more people. And then I'll spend this hat to turn this one into a settle as well. So now I can do a triple settle to get the people I need to do the fighting to get the house. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Then we'll see. Here now he has 5 dice, but he will only take 4. So I'll take 4. And once again exploring. Yeah, it's gonna end the game probably. That's how the game is going to be triggered. And he also gets a wood. This goes back in the queue there, and the wood goes to the empty space over there. So I'm the first to act, so now I'll do this, and I'll get 3 tents. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Can I do this in a smart way? I think, I mean, I could Because I can take 2 and then put 1 out. No, I'm going to take 3. I'm going to take 3. Then it is his turn. That's a 2. So you go 1, 2, just get rid of the gold. Nothing happens, which is good. Then I'll do a double fight. So first of all, I will fight him here. Just get rid of him, and he goes back home. Then I will do the free action of getting a house there. Then I will do the free action of removing this guy to get a steal. Why not? Because I don't need him now there. I have the house. And I still have 1 fight to do somewhere. So I could kick him out. But there's no point. That's a 2-point spread. That's just 1 point if I kick him out. There he doesn't. Oh yeah, I want to kick him out here, so I get 4 points, and he gets that he's not there. Otherwise, we would have both gotten 4. No, yeah, both had gotten 4 points because we had tied in a majority. So that was pretty good. Now it's his turn. It's a 3. 1, 2, 3. He will do a recruit level 1. So he will take. Just get rid of the steal. He will take a die that he doesn't have. He doesn't have orange. Okay, so that's what he's going for. Yeah. So here we go. And it goes to his queue. And then we just end things here. So I really need to trade so I can turn all these goods into money. Or into points. And once again, I will roll up everything for 4 new dice. Okay, so I'll spend this wood. I don't need more resources. It's better to get dice. Oh, that's pretty good. Can get some more settles going. Well, I can't do anything else, so that's how it is. He'll take his 4. And he gets some fighting. He gets some resources. Let's see. So that will go there. Then he gets a steel and a wood. And that will go over here. The next one will go there. Okay. And his first act, so let's roll it up, and it's a 2. And he go 1, 2. He will do a double explore, which means he gets a point, and he does a single explore. So let's see what he gets, and it's good that he got just 1 point. If you have majority here, I think you always have like a trade action. That's pretty cool. A trade symbol. Once again, he'll put it in such a way that I can't reach it, and he'll put out a 10th there. Okay, now I think I will do. Yeah. Because the houses will score in the end. They will score like right now I have 2 houses. That will be 2 times 2, so it's 4 points. If I can get all 5 houses out, that's 5 times 5, which is 25 points. That's a lot. So I think I'll try to do that. So I'll put in these to get a triple settle. And I will take 1. And then I will place out 2. I will place 1 here, and that will turn into a house. And then I will place out 1. I think I'll go here, because then we're tied for the 5 points there. So basically that gives me 5 points just going there. Then it is his turn, and he will do, let's see, 2. So 1, 2. He will do a research level 1. And now he can't do research level 1. There's nothing available that he's not already on, so he gets a point. My turn. Now I will be doing some fighting, and I will kick him out somewhere. I'll probably kick him out. Yeah. The thing is, if I kick him out here, then I can place a tile if I do an explore here, and he can't tag along because he's not adjacent. That's pretty good. And he did his stuff. So I'll save this explore, and I will be the first player. And once again, we roll. I will go for 4 dice. It's kind of low to have 4 dice. When I played this earlier on, I had like 7 or something that I got to draw every round, which was really fun. But yeah, I haven't really built that up. Okay, so I have 2 explorers now. And I think I'll spend this. Do I want to spend the gold? No. I will spend this hat to turn this into a trade, because I need to start trading away these things I have for points before the game ends. And then he will take 4 dice. He only takes 5 if he has 9 or 10 dice there. So 2, he's building up for a big settle action. And there we go. And I'm the first to act. I will start off by doing a double explore. So I'll take 2 tiles here. And oh, this is 9 points for being in the lead. Yeah, and here I can get my dice quota up, but it's so late in the game. It's gonna be over soon. So, and now it's so nice that I can place it in such a way I get a 10 from the supply, but he can't follow along, even though he has a bunch of 10s there in his personal supply. That's just great. So there's 9 points for me right now. Then it's his turn, and it's a 3. 1, 2, 3. So he will trade. He will lose that, but he will trade, and he will get 2 points for his wood there. The points are running out as well, especially since now I will do a trade, and I will trade in, I don't know, maybe 2 gold and a steel. That counts as 3 of the same kind for 6 points. So let's see. I have 6. I should have a total of 12. I'll just do like that. There's just a few points left there. And if I had a double trade action, I could have traded twice, which would have been awesome. But yeah. And then it is the bot's turn. It's a 1. He will do a triple settle action, and now he has the people to do it as well. So let's see. Terrain type that he is not in currently. He's in everything. So he will go for, well, he won't go where I have a house, because that's pointless. But he will go like here, where there's a high score to be had. And that's the first one. He goes for a high score. Then here's the high score as well. And then the third one, let's see. He will go where he can take majority, so he will go in here. So that, yeah, my happiness didn't last for that long. Now I'm only getting 5 points. He's getting 9. I need to kick him out if I have the time to do it. But that was it. I will save the gold here. He will be the first player in the next round. I do have some dice here, and let's roll it up. Oh, look at that. A lot of settle. And that's good, because then I can compete with him. I will spend my pumpkin to draw 2 more dice. And a trade. Yeah, that's awesome. So you know what? Should I might actually set this. So if I get, yeah, I will use the hat, or the settler die, to set the gold here to another trade, so I can do 2 trades. So I can get rid of all my resources and get points for them. Not that many points, but for the last one, of course. But oh, I can actually get rid of a die. Yeah, I could get rid of one of the. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so he's the first to. No. He needs to get his dice first. Here we go. Then he's the first to act, and that's there and there, and another one, and some steel, and that will actually go to his storage. And now he will act. It's a 3. So 1, 2, 3. He will try to do research. He can't, because it's only level 1. So he'll get another point. That's not good, because now wow, that's terrible. Now I can only get the 6 points. I don't think you get the points. I have to check that. But okay, it's my turn. I will do a triple settle first of all, because then I can get, let's see. Yeah, I can get 2. I'm gonna do a free action here. Wait, I'm gonna first of all do a free action to remove this. I'm gonna lose 5 points, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna remove this guy back home. That gives me 2 from the supply, and now I have a triple settle action. And then I can go back here, and I can go in here to at least tie him, and then I can go in there to make a house. It's just 3 points there, but another house is nice, because that would be 4 times 4 instead of 3 times 3. So yeah, that's worth 5 points as well. So that it's back to him, and it's a 3. So 1, 2, 3. He's doing a double settle. Wow, that's not good. Because once again, he will look for highest points where he can get the majority. And now he will look for highest points where he can get the majority. So he took both of those. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, so now I will trade. So I will trade in like gold and wood. So that's 6 points. And now I'm thinking that I should trade in a die. I gotta calculate this. Let's see. So I have 1, 2, 3. Because the game is over now because all the points are out. Well, there's one more round. And I have 6 dice exactly. So I don't want to trade away a die. Because that's stupid. Wow, and I only have 1 resource. If I at least had 2. Okay, not much I can do. And yeah, okay, so the round is over. Now I'm just gonna try to fight him out here, if possible. Okay, so let's see. I have 1 die here for the last round. We play 1 round after everything is after the end game is triggered, like it was now because of the victory points. So I get 3 more. Roll them up. And yeah, I can get a pumpkin. Now I'm gonna. Yeah, I have to fight him out here if I can. I'm gonna take the pumpkin to roll 2 more dice. And that's a wild. Actually, that could be interesting. So I'll use the wood to get 2 more, so I have all my dice out. And settle. Oh. So I could do. Well, the trade is pointless as I already. Wow, this is such a weird game for me because I played this twice before solo, and both of those times we ran out of dice. Basically, I recruited like crazy, and I got some technologies which I haven't shown you at all because I haven't. Well, I did one, the forestry. Such a weird. So actually, yeah. So actually, I kind of forgot that. But actually, these 2 could be turned into recruits. I kind of forgot that. So I could get 2 more dice that way. That would be 3 points. And explore could be a lot of points as well. We'll just find the right tile, right? So, you know what? I'm going to do this then. Okay, just so I can use the extra forestry as well. So I'm going to spend this hat to turn. Let's see, I'll spend this hat. Doesn't matter. Wow, this was tricky for me. Because like I don't need to spend anything. This is 3. This is a double. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is good. This works out. This is a double explore. No, I need to get 3. Okay, yeah, this is a. Okay, so I get 1 explore and I get a triple because this will count as 3 recruits because of the forestry plus the wild. So then I will get 2 dice, which will be like 3 points. So yeah, that's pretty good. He will roll 4 dice. Get some settle, some recruit, trading, and that goes there. And I'm the first to act, so let's do this then. Let's get 2 dice. And it doesn't really matter which kind because I will never get to roll them, it's just for points. I can just set them up like in pairs here. Okay, he will act. That's a 2. So 1, 2, he will recruit. And it doesn't matter, to be honest, what he gets because he will never roll it. So yeah, I'll just take 1 for him there. Okay, so it's my turn, and now I will do. My final action will be. I just put this in, but my final action will be to explore and hope that I get the high points. Well, 4 points at least. Here you can manufacture brown dice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's just put it in a way so he can't join, like there. And then I will get 1 tent from the general supply over there. And he will do his last action, which is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will trade. Oh, so he got some points there. He gets 2 points. And I'm not sure. I think he gets them even though there's no points out there. It's usually like that in games. Let's just say that he has 2 more points here. Okay, so that's it. And now we will tally up the scores, and I'll be back when I did that and I'll explain the scores to you. Okay, so I got 93 points and he got 66. And I just realized something. But when he plays these out here, I think he also wants to go for building houses, and I sort of messed that up for him. So he should probably have built some houses over here. But if he had done that, then he wouldn't have gone to me, and I would have gotten these points. So I don't know. I would have won anyway, I guess. And I won really big, 93 to 66. And that has been the same when I played earlier. So I think I need to play this on like a harder mode. Or I might be doing something wrong. Tell me in the comment section if that's the case, if you know that I did something wrong. Because I really want to learn. Well, I want to learn. I'm supposed to teach you guys. But anyhow. So, first of all, the first thing you score is the terrains, where you got the points from being in a majority and so on. Then it was the technologies. I got 1 point, he got 8. And I'm a bit sad that I didn't invest in that, but it didn't turn out that way. Every 2 dice gets you 3 points. I got 15, he got 12. And then we had the houses. I had 4 times 4, which is 16. And he didn't have any houses, which he probably should have had, but then he would have lost a little bit more. Yeah, and then we had the actual points down here, and he got 2 extra from the last action there. So yeah, that is Dice Settlers as in solo mode, and I think it's really fun. I think it's fun in a multiplayer game as well. I think, yeah, it's. I mean, I like. I used to say that I don't like rolling dice in games, but this is custom dice. That's different for me somehow. If this was like 1 to 6, then I wouldn't be interested. But since there's these custom dice, you can manipulate the dice. You can have a strategy that you follow and so on. And that makes the game a lot more interesting than some other dice games out there. So yeah, check this one out if you haven't. Really fun stuff. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and have a great evening or morning whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Do you want to keep this little dragon this happy all day long? Then like the video. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.